Guys, today I bring you the best and the most used warships in the Fall Masters tournament. As you already know, I'm the caster of the Modern Warships tournaments, and I can see the warships and the weapons that they use in every tournament. So, in this video we're gonna talk about the warships. I think I will make a separate video for the weapons, and we can start talking about the frigates. In this tournament I saw them using two frigates, the Frame Evo and the Smart 4000. This time the Frame Evo wasn't as popular as it was in previous tournaments, but it is still one of the best warships of the game. You already know that it is anti-everything. We have the Lionfish cannon that is locked. It can destroy surface and air targets. We have a grenade launcher to destroy submarines and torpedoes. Actually 4. And we have the MPLS autocannon to destroy the torpedoes and the submarines. Also a locked missile system. Yes, this is our air defense. It's a fast frigate, 26.8 knots, and remember that it is a gacha warship, so it is not available in the market or in the equipment shop. I can tell you that these two are the best frigates of the game, and here we have the Smart 4000. Yes, this was the most used frigate of the tournament. Almost every team was using this one. So, even after all the balance changes, the players are still using the Smart 4000, because it is still the best warship of the game. It is fast, it is small. I mean, look at the size of this warship. It's really hard to destroy it, and also the locked weapons of this frigate are really good. We have the Auto Melara railgun, this cannon with a damage of 57,200 points. Yes, that's the burst damage, since we have 2 rounds per attack. And also the Smart launcher, this grenade launcher that can destroy both submarines and torpedoes. We have the MPLS autocannon that can destroy submarines and torpedoes. So yeah, we have all these weapons to destroy the submarines, and the air defense is really good. We have a laser and a missile system. These are effective to destroy strike fighter missiles and even ballistic missiles. Then you have the missile slots, one slot with 2 missiles, another one with 1, and the helicopter. That's why the pro players use this warship a lot. Look at the speed, 34 knots. It is really fast. The maneuverability 6.5 points. This was one of the stats that was nerfed after the rebalance. The view range 10 kilometers and the stealth 6. Such a good warship, guys, the most used frigate of the Fall Masters tournament. Now, here we go with the destroyers. Of course, the Zumwalt was one of the most used warships of the tournament, with a different build, okay? Remember that I'm not gonna talk about the equipment, but I can tell you that they were using the High-Fly Nuke missile and also the EMRG Koenig here. The Archer was not allowed in the tournament, and yeah, some autocannons like the AFTS, the Seahawk Sigma. Now, about the stats of this Zumwalt. It is the perfect warship for the tournaments because it is fast, you have a good maneuverability, you have a good stealth, 8. It is the perfect warship for flanking. The view range is good, 12.4 kilometers. And it is a warship that is accessible for all the players. The price is 10,000 gold bars in the equipment shop. And you can make it anti-everything with the proper equipment. We saw them using the AFTS autocannon to destroy the torpedoes and also the Seahawk Sigma to destroy air targets. One of the problems of this ship is the air defense, only 3. That's why most of the players use the HQ-26 with this warship. It's literally a sniper. Other players prefer to use 5 laser-guided missiles and the 2 cannons. Cannons with good reload time, for example the Koenig, and also the L-52A1 with a decent reload time and area damage. Now, the free-to-play players will love this one, because this was one of the most popular warships of this tournament as well, the Admiral Ushakov. Yes, guys, this is such a good destroyer. In fact, I can tell you that this is the best dollars warship of the game. It's really good, it is anti-everything. You have 1 slot with 2 missiles, 2 cannons, 2 grenade launchers, 2 torpedoes, 1 helicopter, and 6 air defenses in total. Now, since there's only 1 slot with 2 missiles, you should try to equip a missile with a good reload time. We saw some players players using the DF-100, sometimes the HQ-26, but in this warship I didn't see any of the pro players using laser-guided missiles because of the reload time. Now, you have good stats with this destroyer, the durability 448,000 points, the speed 23.5 knots, and the maneuverability 9 points, and the view range 10 kilometers. Another popular destroyer of this tournament, and it is actually popular in every tournament of the game, is the Fletcher. Yes guys, this is such a strong destroyer because it is equipped with 3 cannons that you can change. We saw them using the Koenig, also the L52A1, yeah, those were the most used cannons of this tournament. And once again we have another slot with 2 missiles. Normally here they use the HQ-26 and only one slot with 3 air defenses. It is a fast warship, you have a speed of 25 knots, the durability 455,000 points, and the maneuverability 9.8 points. The view range is 11.6 kilometers and you have a movement penalty of 9. This is a gacha warship, so it is not available in the market or in the equipment shop. Another destroyer that they used a few times, but not too much, was the Admiral Basisti. This is another good destroyer. In fact, I think it is actually one of the best destroyers of the game. It is anti-everything. You have every type of equipment. You have missiles, 2 cannons, 3 grenade launchers, 2 torpedoes, and also 6 air defenses. You can change one slot with 4 air defenses, and basically you can change all the weapons with the exception of this torpedo, and also one missile system here. This is a normal torpedo. It is not anti-decoy. And here we have the stats of the Basisti. Something that I don't like is that it is not fast enough in my opinion. The speed is 20 knots, but the durability is good, 461,000 points, the maneuverability 9, and the view range 10.4 kilometers. Another destroyer that they used a lot, and it was actually a surprise for me, was the Hangzhou. Yes guys, this Chinese warship with an interesting equipment, okay? As you can see, there are no grenade launchers here, only 2 slots of missiles, 2 cannons, 3 torpedoes, but at least we have autocannons, so we can equip autocannons to destroy the torpedoes, and more weapons. You have a good speed, 25 knots, a good durability, 455,000 points, the maneuverability, 10.4 points, and the view range, 11.8 kilometers. Now, here we have the Paladin. I saw it maybe 2 or 3 times or less. Just a few players used the Paladin. It wasn't as popular as I was expecting, but it is still a good warship. You have the locked cannon here, this railgun, and also the air defenses. We have a good air defense, plus the 4 autocannons is going to be a good weapon to destroy all the torpedoes, or maybe the ballistic missiles, because we saw them using the Oerlikon Sky Ranger buckshot to destroy the ballistic missiles. They tried different builds, but normally the same missiles, the High Flight Nuke and also the HQ-26. And here we have the stats of the Paladin. It is not as fast as other destroyers of this game, but we have a good durability, 468,000 points. The maneuverability 10 points and the view range 10 kilometers. Also we have stealth with this warship is 8. Now, here we go with the cruisers. There were 2 cruisers that were used a lot in this tournament. Those were the Vittorio Veneto and the Geoboxian. Yes guys, let's start with this Italian warship. This is an anti-everything cruiser. You have 2 slots with 2 missiles in each one. The perfect configuration in my opinion. Also another slot with 3 grenade launchers. That's really good. You have 2 torpedoes and 2 helicopters with this warship. We saw them using the Copperhead and the Hammerhead, some of the most powerful helicopters of the game, and if you use those with this warship, you will have a huge advantage. Now, all the autocannons and air defenses of this warship are locked. And you may think that it is something bad, but I can tell you that this is one of the most effective air defenses and autocannons to destroy the ballistic missiles. Not only that, because it is also effective to destroy the strike fighters, is really powerful and effective. Here you have the stats. Remember that normally the durability of the cruisers is higher compared with the destroyers. Look, the durability 507,000 points, the speed 26.5 knots, the maneuverability 10.4 points, and the view range 11.6 kilometers. I don't remember if this was a gacha warship. I think it was. Please let me know in the comments if you know the answer. Now, the next one, the Geoboxian. This cruiser is really popular within the tournaments nowadays. Since it was added, this warship was a beast. You have locked anti-flare missiles, the Hyunmoo 2C, and also with this drone, the MPUH, you can launch the missiles, the anti-flare missiles of this warship. Also you have another slot with 2 missiles here, and another slot with 1 cannon that you can change. You have 1 grenade launcher, the Hyunmoo multiple launch rocket system that can destroy submarines and torpedoes. There's the slot of the helicopter, and you have 2 slots of air defenses that you can change, one with 4, another one with 3, and a locked missile system here. Then you have the stats. This is a good speed for a cruiser, 22.7 knots, and also the maneuverability is really good, 12.6 points, and debut range 10.8 kilometers. We have stealth. With this warship, it is 8. Now, another important thing that I forgot to tell you are the consumables equipped with each warship, because it is one of the most important factors that the pro players keep in mind when they are trying to pick their warships. So with the It-Frame Evo we have the electronic warfare, as you can see, and with the Smart 4000 we have the best consumable of the game, the smoke screen. You have 2 of these consumables. You have the electronic warfare and the smoke screen. Really effective, not only for you but also for your teammates. With the Zumwalt we have the electronic warfare, and with the Admiral Ushakov we have the smoke screen. With the Fletcher we have the engine boost, and with the Basisti we have engine boost as well. The Hangshu with the smoke screen, and the Paladin, look, with the engine boost. With the Vittorio Veneto you have smoke screen, and I think it is the same for the geoboxing. Now, here we go with the carriers, okay? Remember that there are carrier and also assault carrier. So, there were 2 carriers that I saw in the tournament. Those were the Vikrant and the DCNS Evolved. The main difference between the carriers and the assault carriers is that these ones are not equipped with bombers, and also that we have a different configuration with drones, strike fighters, and sometimes the number of air defenses and helicopters. As you can see, the speed with these carriers is really good, 22 knots for both. It is really useful in some types of maps in which you have no cover and you have to hide immediately after the battle starts. So with the Vikrant we have a good equipment, because it is actually like playing with a destroyer. You have 2 missiles and 2 grenade launchers to defend yourself in case that you can't use your strike fighter or bomber. Good weapons for close combat, and also a locked autocannon. There's also here a locked missile system, and yeah, those are the weapons of the Vikrant. Good stats so far, the durability 526,000 points, but the durability of the DCNS Evolved is higher. This was another carrier that was used with this tournament. Look, the same speed, a good maneuverability, but here we have different settings. Look, we have 3 drones with this carrier. You can change all of them, also 1 strike fighter and only 1 slot of missiles. You have 4 autocannons, 2 helicopters, and 4 air defenses that you can change. Here we have a locked missile system. So, the Vikrant was a free reward of the Battle Pass, and I forgot to tell you that the Geovoxion was sold as a bundle, and yeah, the Vikrant a free reward of the Battle Pass. Also, the DCNS Evolved was another free reward of the Battle Pass. So yeah, both of these are free to play. Now, here we go with the submarines, guys. I can tell you that it was a surprise for me, because I was expecting more action with the ballistic missiles. It was not the case in this tournament. We saw some action, but I was expecting more. So, the first one, the Dmitry Donskoy, a ballistic missile spammer, as you can see. Keep in mind that there were a few restrictions with the ballistic missiles in the tournament. For example, the Lashner was prohibited here, and the ballistic missiles that they used the most were the Bulava and also the Trident 2. We saw them using the Agja Torpedo, the Mark 45 A-Stor, also the Torpedo 62, the Type 12, multiple torpedoes, and here we have the stats of the Dmitry Donskoy. We have a good oxygen capacity, yeah, that's the first thing that I can tell you about this submarine, 273 points, and a good durability, 500,500 points. The speed is really bad, 15.2 knots, it is a snail, and the maneuverability 6.5 points. Debut range 10 kilometers. The Dmitry Donskoy is a free warship available in the equipment shop for $4. And here we go with the second one, the RF Strash. Yes guys, this submarine is unique. I call it a mini destroyer because of all the equipment that we have. Normally they don't use the RF trash for the ballistic missiles because we don't have ballistic missiles, or because of the torpedoes because we only have 3 torpedoes with this warship. The main reason are the anti-flare missiles, the P-800 Yashma that can be launched from underwater and also from the camcopter's trash, this drone. Also, you have a locked cannon, the Grossa, and the grenade launcher. Yes, believe it or not, if you are on the surface, you can destroy other submarines using this grenade launcher. That's why it is so good. And here we have the 2 slots of torpedoes, one with 2, another one with 1. And look at the difference with the speed between this submarine and the Dmitry Donskoy. 27.8 knots. It is extremely fast, guys. It is really good. The durability is not as good as the Dmitry Donskoy, 409,500 points, and it is less than half of the oxygen capacity. Look, 130 points. The stealth of this submarine is 6, and the view range 9.2 kilometers. The maneuverability is good, 10.8 points. Okay, good stats with this gacha submarine. Yes guys, this was a gacha reward. But not everything was pay to win. I already showed you the free-to-play Donskoy, and here we have another free-to-play submarine that they used a lot. A torpedo spammer, the CN-type 039C. Yes guys, this submarine was added recently. Remember that we have locked torpedoes that are not affected by the torpedo traps. Yes, the torpedo decoys. And we saw them using the Akja, we saw them using the Mark 45 A-Stor, the Torpedo 62, the Type 12, all those torpedoes. Even the poison torpedo sometimes. The speed is not as good as the RF trash, but at least is decent. I mean, it is way better than the speed of the Dmitry Donskoy, 21.5 knots. And here we have the view range 9.6 kilometers, the maneuverability is bad, 4.3 points. The oxygen capacity is normal, 234 points. Now, more ballistic missiles action. The CN-type 093 AG. Yes guys, this is a gacha submarine and they used this one a lot. Basically because of the locked ballistic missiles of this submarine. Normally the reload time of the ballistic missiles like the Bulava and others is 20 seconds, sometimes 18 or above, with a high area damage, but it is not the case for this missile because the reload time is 8.75 seconds only. Of course, the damage is less, I mean 45,500 points, and the area damage is way lower, 7,500 points, also the explosion radius 200 meters, and the speed of this missile is faster compared with other ballistic missiles. That's why it is effective, because if the warship that you're trying to destroy is fast, you will need missiles like this. Also, another important stat is that the durability of these locked ballistic missiles is lower compared with the Bulava and other missiles. For the Bulava is above 4,000 and for this one is 1,850 points. Also you have 2 slots with 2 torpedoes in each one that you can change, and here we have the stats of this submarine. The durability 422,000 points, the speed 21.5 knots, the maneuverability 5.2 knots, and the view range 8 kilometers. The oxygen capacity is good, 234 points, and here we have the last submarine. Yes. A few times we saw that they used the Tai submarine. I love this one, it's one of my favorite ones, even though there are no ballistic missiles with these submarines. We have the UGM-84 Harpoon. It is not anti-flare, but it is still effective, with a burst damage of 132,600 points. Really high, you have 3 rounds per attack, and a good reload time, 6.30 seconds only. Also, you can launch this missile from underwater. And here we have the torpedoes, the Type 18 that is not affected by the torpedo decoys, and also they used the Akja to use this full anti-torpedo decoy build. It is a submarine with a low durability, 396,500 points, but a good speed, 22.2 knots. The maneuverability 4.6, the view range 9.6 kilometers, and the oxygen capacity is good, 253 points. Also keep in mind that this is a small submarine and it is actually good when you're trying to avoid the grenade launchers and the anti-submarine weapons of the enemies. Now here we go with the assault carriers, the USS Enterprise and the Ghost Commander. The Enterprise was the most popular one of this tournament. Of course, we have a good speed. With this one, 19 knots, as you can see, the durability 585,000 points, the view range 13.2 kilometers, and also the movement penalty 16. This is the equipment that we have: 2 grenade launchers, 1 strike fighter, 1 fighter, a bomber, 1 drone, 3 helicopters, 5 autocannons. The air defenses, we have 2 slots with 3 in each one. We saw them using the V-21 bomber. Yeah, it was one of the most popular bombers of this tournament. Also the Su-39 strike fighter, the Rombat, and a few times the strike switch. The most popular fighter here was the J-36. Yeah, this free reward, believe it or not. And the drones, we saw a bunch of drones. The Axongur, yeah, this one was used a lot. Remember that we have anti-flare weapons, we have anti-submarine weapons, it is really good. Also the Penn Special Spider Wing, the Sapsan drone was used a lot, and the Airbus Wingman. We have anti-flare missiles with this one that can destroy air targets as well. They also used the Ghost Commander, which is faster than the Enterprise. Look, the speed of this one is 22.7 knots, the maneuverability 9.1 points, the view range 12 kilometers, and the stealth is 8. Now, the assault landing ships. The only one that I saw in this tournament, and only a few times, was the CN Type 071. Keep in mind that the CN07X was prohibited for this tournament, and basically this one is the best assault landing ship of the game. We have 2 missiles, 1 cannon, 4 grenade launchers, 2 helicopters, 4 autocannons, and look at this air defense, it's so complete. 2 slots in each one that we can change, 3 slots here, and a locked missile system, the HQ-16F. Also, we have 2 unmanned vessels here. There were a few restrictions with the unmanned vessels as well, basically the new ones. And here we go with the most popular warship of this tournament, without any doubt, the most popular Hovercraft. Literally every team was using this one. This time they didn't use the Cranoplans, even though they were allowed to use the Brevestnik and also the Argonas. We saw this Hovercraft in action, and it was insane. Keep in mind that all the weapons of this hovercraft are locked, with the exception of the first slot with 2 missiles, and this was exactly the only missile that they were using, the HQ-26. Yes, since the air defense of this hovercraft is not the best, only 3, this hybrid system of missiles and artillery, they used the HQ-26 to destroy air targets, also to bait the enemies and the air defenses, because we have the Red Arrow, these anti-flare missiles that can be launched from the helicopters. We have 2 locked helicopters here, one equipped with laser-guided missiles, another one that can use the anti-flare missile of the warship. We have these mini battleship cannons that are really effective, with a burst damage of 58,500 points, the reload time 6.30 seconds, and the range 14.73 kilometers. Also, 4 grenade launchers that can destroy torpedoes and submarines, and of course surface targets. By the way, the burst damage of this anti-flare missile is 62,400 points. This hovercraft is now available in the market, and after this tournament I can tell you that the price is increasing. Also, we have the best consumable of the game with this one, the smoke screen and the engine boost, so it's going to be even faster. I mean, look at the speed, 37 knots. Extremely good, the durability 455,000 points. I mean, it is not as low as I thought. It is literally the durability of a frigate. The view range 10.8 kilometers and the stealth is 6. Now I want to read your comments. Which one was your favorite warship of the Fall Masters tournament and why? Please comment below your opinion. Also, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more gameplays, tutorials and news about modern warships.